I am Cookie, and if you're like me, then I must kill you and absorb your power. 4 players? What happened? Did you not agree on a rental? Everybody's got their screws. You can force another player to answer immediately by hitting your screw button. If they miss it, you win extra bonus dollars. And today's wrong answer of the game is brought to you by
Overgrown Backyard Supply Store. Because rusted out old washing machines don't just buy themselves.
If you happen to find our sponsor's wrong answer of the game, you'll be rewarded with big prizes and cash. All right, we're taking off.
Get ready, time for question 1.
Okay, to get things started, sorry for all the phallic imagery. You know, Sigmund Freud once said, sometimes a cigar is just a cigar. And that's true, everything doesn't have to secretly, subconsciously be sexual. That said, which common cigar size would look like the smallest penis? Presidente, Corona, Churchill, or Gigante? Player 3? That was quality. Players 1, 2, and 4? Compared to these other monster cigars, the Corona is only a respectable 5.5 to 6 inches. And it has a girth of, you know what, I'm gonna stop talking about this.
I just thought President.
I'm gonna tell you what I'm gonna do. Say it.
Here's a good one. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
Albert Einstein or Uranus.
A character in the game series Tekken. Kangaroo, Peanut, Albert Einstein, or Uranus?
I don't know.
It's a peanut!
Player 1. That's just nuts. Players 2, 3, and 4. A boxing kangaroo named Roger is a recurring character in the popular fighting game franchise Tekken. There's also a boxing raptor in the game, but I'm saving that fact for our Chevy Cavalier, Madame Curie, Potato, or Boxing Raptor series of questions.
Dance with me, Disco 3.
I've never played Tekken, so that makes sense.
May I introduce Grimace? How could you best describe the bromantic relationship going on with the brothers Grimm? A bro-on-bro bromance, a bro-on-bro-on-bro bromance, a bro-on-bro-on-bro-on-bro bromance, or a solo bromance? Players 1 and 3? There were 2 brothers Grimm, Jacob and Wilhelm. Legend has it that in his later years, Jacob Grimm fell under a terrible curse, but Wilhelm saved his life with a fist bump of true love. Player 2?
Whoa! Oh, that was nice.
Player 4? Nah. Pucker up for the either-or conundrum. And A squared plus B squared equals a this or that.
I'm not gonna do this one again.
Player 1. Why don't you take this this or that since you need the most help? I'm going to read off 7 items, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's a famous mathematical theorem or the title of an episode of The Big Bang Theory. If it's a mathematical theorem, press the X button. If it's an episode of The Big Bang Theory, press the B button. Now the rest of you listen up. Try to pick an answer before Player 1. If Player 1 gets it wrong, I'll split that cash among everyone else who got it right. Alrighty then, here it comes.
So we might as well play.
The vengeance formulation. The parking spot escalation. The 4-color problem. The triangle inequality. The egg salad equivalency. The friendship theorem. The cold groin extrapolation. You're such a penny.
I did the same. I was just pressing X. Yeah!
I like The Big Bang Theory. Finally, there's a show that treats me like an intellectual equal. Man, I cannot get this toast out of the toaster. Stupid fork. Get that toast out of there.
Yeah.
Coming up. Nice to meet you, lady.
Which one?
Let's say Lady Gaga were on her way to another award ceremony, but this time sporting a kosher meat suit. If she wanted to keep it kosher, what crazy mode of transportation should she not use? A giant egg. Player 4, where are you putting that screw? Oh, you're screwed, player 1. You got 5 seconds.
That's done.
Mixing meat and dairy is definitely against kosher law. But everything else Lady Gaga does is totally religiously acceptable. Hey, Player 4, just be happy this isn't real life. That'll bring an end to our first round. And Player 1 is winning, but that could change mighty quick. Keep in mind, in round 2, everything is worth twice as much.
There again, though.
And hint, hint, big cash prizes can be yours if you find the wrong answer to the game. It's time.
The wrong answer to the game's time.
This one's known as... Ah! I had a bad stream!
I know that feeling.
Which odd, super-specific movie genre might Netflix use to categorize the film Eraserhead? Quirky, dysfunctional families set in a bomb shelter. Suspenseful clown movies inspired by true stories. Gritty industrial horror films featuring mutant babies. Or violent dark comedies based on board games.
No idea.
Player 4, this is gonna hurt.
Nope,
Players
not board
2 and 3, you might be thinking of Blast from the Past. Why are you thinking of Blast from the Past?
game. Because I like it.
Player 1. David Lynch's 1977 classic film Eraserhead is set in a nightmarish industrial town where the protagonist has a son that looks like a mutant. Netflix doesn't really have the gritty industrial horror films featuring mutant babies category yet, so I would just try looking for it under quirky romantic comedies.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Try this on for size. A Grizzly Situation. I'm pretty excited, and frankly a little scared that we're bringing a real live bear into the studio for this next question.
Sorry, Cookie. The dare had to drop out at the last second, so you got me instead.
One's made of skin, one's made of wood. Who's the dummy?
Not me.
We don't get the bear?
Not you get me. That's O'Brien, Dilly O'Brien's sister, who looks a lot like Dilly in a wig. That is actually a Ceteroturgeon who just looks...
Yeah. We don't need to explain it again. Just ask the bear question, Betty.
Okay. Which kind of dare is the most common dare in the world? The polar dares, black dares, brown dares, or panda dares?
Brown bears, which grizzly bears are part of, are the most common and least endangered bears in the world.
I suppose you want me to leave now.
Does a bear shit in the woods?
Yes, it does. I saw a bear in the woods when I was a little sapling. It was horrible. There's strays everywhere and it gets stuck in their fur and there's bits of squirrel and salmon in their Oh, and the smell. It smells like...
What the f*** is wrong with you? It was a rhetorical question. Get out!
Alright.
This one's called You Never Forget Your First Sniff.
Never
If
forget
Coco
your
Chanel's
first.
first perfume had set a precedent for what the first of anything should be called, what would be true? January 1st would be January 3rd, Rocky would be Rocky 5, Pope Francis would be Pope Francis the 7th, or your first child would be your 19th child.
The hell?
Time's a-wasted. Player 1. Wait for it. Players 3 and 4. Well, you know what they say. The 19th child always has it the hardest. Player 2. The first fragrance sold by Coco Chanel back in 1921 was Chanel No. 5. So the first Rocky movie would be called Rocky 5. This numbering system was also used by another modern classic, Mambo No. 5.
That was a good
All of this pictures going up thinking.
Coming up next, is our children learning?
No.
I was watching a little Nick Jr. yesterday during my me time, and it seems like all their show titles are just nonsense words. Lalaloopsy, Team Umizoomi. Because every word in its title is an actual word in the English language, which of these Nick Jr. shows might be the most educational? The Backyardigans, Yo Gabba Gabba, Wow Wow Wubsy, or Bubble Guppies? Let me show you something. Bubble is a real word, obviously, and so is Guppies. Nick Jr. did it. They titled an entire show using actual English.
Yeah, that's the secret one.
Of course, that can sometimes be misleading. I've tried to watch that Dora the Explorer before, and half the time it sounds like she's speaking a completely different language. Not to destroy your childlike view of the world here, but Backyardigans aren't real things. But you know, it is a real thing. These cinder blocks that you just won, courtesy of the overgrown backyard supply store. Why mow your lawn when you can just fill it up with crap? Today's wrong answer of the game is worth a whopping $8,000. Enjoy.
Look at how me and Matt.
Why not try cornflakes? What might it sound like if Frosted Flakes mascot Tony the Tiger read the opening line of William Blake's famous poem, The Tiger? Tiger, tiger, burning bright. Tiger, tiger, proudly poised. Tiger, tiger, free and fast. Or Tiger, tiger, sugar. Players 2 and 4. No. Players 1 and 3. The first line of William Blake's The Tiger is Tiger, tiger, burning bright. Or in Tony the Tiger speak, burning bright. It's not a terribly long poem, but it takes Tony the Tiger like 7 hours to read it out loud.
That's a hammer.
Brace yourself for the attack. Oh, do you need to be somewhere? My mistake. Here's your clue. Exit stage. Right. You left what TV show before it finished? Good luck.
Alright, who left the TV show before it finished? Surely Young. Come on. Cheers.
I don't know.
Neither do I.
That one. It wasn't.
I'm not pressing it, I'm looking at someone else.
I'm in last, so I don't really have much to lose.
Brown. Oh, I know this one.
I think I know this one. Howard Hughley.
No idea who that is.
Damn it. That one.
That got worse.
I've tricked someone next to me by now. The name rings a bell, but I don't know where it's from.
I don't know about the name.
Shit.
How I guess. No, I know, I didn't see this one by bit.
Damn it! Not Christopher Maloney.
Never heard of.
Oh, I know this one. That
Yes,
one.
got colour?
I may have ended up negative points quite badly.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
Player 3 wins it all! Player 3, did you win? It's hard for me to tell since your lead is so marginal. Yeah, I guess it is the best score of the 4. Okay then, you won. Great, congratulations. You still can't deny that... You don't know Jack!
Somehow my mixer level crashed to level 40. I don't know how that's happened.
Because you're watching the mixer stream.
Yeah.
You get points for
Okay.
mixers watching.
Okay, what are the points used for?
Hey,
I used
gang!
it to make
Have
the
you
team.
felt tired from all that racket and ballyhoo from the so-called music festivals that the teenage beatniks and
What's
ruffians
happening?
do? Or isn't
Well,
it time to hop to?
It's just on
Oh, I
the...
was listening to the advert.
Hi, I'm Cookie Masterson, and for just 15 cents a day, you can give me 15 cents a day. I bet the four of you had this day marked on your calendars for months now. There's your hardware. If you think another player is clueless, screw them and make them answer immediately. If they miss it, you win extra cash.
Don't make this all us.
And our wrong answer of the game is sponsored by...
Neptune! Now that
Neptune.
Pluto is out of the way, we're the last planet in the solar system. And that's kick-ass, right? Neptune.
What about Pluto?
Pick the wrong answer associated with our
screw
sponsor
Pluto.
to win a fabulous prize and big cash.
I don't think it's Pluto.
So
Just a
let's make
rock.
this happen.
Than Pluto.
One!
First on the docket,
me.
the castaway in the hat. If Dr. Seuss's Horton the Elephant ended up stranded on Elephant Island, what might he say to put a positive spin on his situation?
Never
An
heard of
island's an island no matter how underground. An island's an island no matter how devoid of air. An island's an island no matter how radioactive. Or an island's an island. Player 3? Hey, way to be
No, we pressed
wrong!
the same second.
Player 2? An answer's an answer no matter how devoid of logic. Players 1 and 4? Elephant Island is a mountainous island off the coast of Antarctica. So yeah, it's pretty
an island off
cold.
the
Probably
coast of
too cold for elephants. And they probably have to rename the book Horton Hears a Polar Bear Trying to Kill Him. It's time for The Best Pet is a Shamed Pet.
No, but I can hear him.
So you've probably seen this internet meme, dog
Sorry, I
shaming,
thought I
where
was
dog
on
owners
mute.
take pictures of their sad-looking dogs next to handwritten notes about what they did wrong. I peed on my owner's pillow.
Harry both
Stuff
start
like
it.
that. What note
there you
would
are.
you not see in a dog-shaming picture of Cujo? I trapped a woman and her child in a car. I killed a police officer. I killed an alcoholic neighbor. Or
Yes.
I ate the little boy who owns me. Player 2, sucks to be you. Player 4. Whoa. Players 1 and 3. In both the book and the movie, Cujo traps a woman and her child in their car and kills several people, including a neighbor and a police officer. But the entire family that owns him is actually out of town during his rampage. If you ask me, they're the ones who should have to post their shaming picture. We left town without properly caging our dog, and he murdered a bunch of innocent people.
Why is there a dog murdering
Hilarious.
innocent people?
Dance with me, Disco 3.
Is it Clifford?
No,
And on its way,
it's a
there's
Stephen King book.
melanoma on that pigskin. Suppose you're at a University of Virginia or UVA football game and the students start doing the wave. If the UVA students' wave acts like the sun's UVA waves, how will the wave look? The crowd will... Player 3, where's that screw going? Goodness, Player 1, you're screwed. You got 5 seconds to give me an answer.
Ouch.
Superlative use of the screw, Player 3.
Thank you.
Let's see if you can make this really hurt. Players 2, 3, and 4. The sun's UVA rays are referred to as long wave rays. rays are called shortwave rays, and UVC rays are even shorter. The longer waves are what make UVA rays penetrate deeper into your skin and the earth. So that's why people who start the wave are always shirtless and covered in body paint, for protection. And here I thought they were just holes. Take a stab at. It's not a tumor, but it is a this or that. Player 2, you're behind at the moment, so this or that has got your name on it. I'm going to read off 7 phrases. For each one, tell me if it's a lesson from the book All I Really Need to Know I Learned in Kindergarten, or American Film Institute's top 100 movie quotes of all time. If it's a kindergarten lesson, press the X button. If it's a classic movie quote, press the B button. Now, I need the rest of you to pay attention. Make your selections before player 2, because if player 2 gets it wrong, everyone who got it right will split the winnings. Okay, let's move. Boy's best friend is his clean up your own mess. Keep your friends close, but your enemies closer. Say you're sorry when you hurt somebody. Play fair. No wire hangers ever. After all, tomorrow is another day. Show you the money, but not all of it because you weren't perfect.
You're still here, don't worry. I'm gonna pause after this all done.
Okay, one more bonus question. Here we go. Movie or kindergarten lesson. A census taker once tried to test me. I ate his liver with some fava beans and a nice Chianti. You give up? It's both. Trick question.
5 fingers!
Now.
And now, how do you draw a Carl's Jr.? Which of these restaurant chains' logos does not contain an image described by the restaurant name itself? Red Lobster? Why player 4? Who do you care to... You're screwed, player 3. 5 seconds to pick an answer. Sweet dreams. Wonderful screwing, player 4. Don't stop there. Get some more cash. Player 2. There's a lobster in the Red Lobster logo, a planet in the Planet Hollywood logo, and a buffalo in the Buffalo Wild Wings logo. But there's nothing cheesecake or factory related depicted in the Cheesecake Factory logo. Which is why I never eat there. Is it a cheesecake restaurant? Is it a factory? How the heck am I supposed to know what I'm getting myself into? Players 1 and 4? I think you're a little lost in space. But you won't be for much longer because you've just won this globe of Neptune. You can't tell one uninhabitable area of frozen methane from the next without it. This wrong answer of the game got you $4,000. Nice job.
Well played, Matt.
We've finished round 1, and player 4 is at the head of the pack, and with a nice little wad of cash to boot. Don't forget, all the questions in round 2 are worth double. And don't forget about your screws. You want to win, don't you? How about Epic Jail? Which of these Batman villains would most likely end up in the prison from Orange is the New Black? Penguin, Poison Ivy, Joker, or Mr. Freeze? Orange is the New Black is set in a female prison, and Poison Ivy is the only female Batman villain here. I get so confused with that series. Is it a drama or is it a comedy? I mean, there are a lot of heavy, meaningful scenes, but on the other hand, there's a dude who dresses up like a bat.
Question 7. Get up and shake your monkey bang.
Here's one I like to call energy in its most tasteless form. I like the types of questions that leave a waxy film in my mouth.
Cookie fortune, cookie fortune, cookie fortune, cookie messages.
Okay. Let's read this sucker. To err is human, to forgive divine. Okay, which of these baseball scores describes a shortstop in need of divine forgiveness? E1, E3, E6, or E9? Player 1, who are you gonna screw? My player 4, you're getting screwed. You've got 5 seconds to make a choice. In baseball scoring, the pitcher is numbered 1, the catcher 2, first baseman 3, second baseman 4, third baseman 5, and the shortstop is 6. And the E is short for error. But don't look for forgiveness from me, buddy. You'll just have to live with your error, your millions of dollars, the endless parade of women, but not my forgiveness. Player 1, you are now the screwee.
Oh.
You're all pretty close, actually.
To each other.
Here's a good one. Low-hanging fruit. If retailer Lane Bryant started pairing their plus-sized clothing with full-bodied red wines for an enhanced shopping experience, what might they advertise? The Chianti collection, the Beaujolais collection, the Sauvignon Blanc collection. Player 2, who gets the screw? Player 4, you are so screwed! You got 5 seconds! Interesting choice. Well played, screw player 2. Why not pick up a few more bucks? Players 1 and 3. The Beaujolais is fairly light-bodied, kind of like your wallet. Player 2. Don't let the name fool you. The Petite Syrah grape produces one of the most robust, full-bodied red wines. Perfect for a full-bodied woman in a plus-sized red dress. The enhanced shopping experience would also feature the salespeople engaging you in heavy conversation over weighty topics. Here we have Uber Scary. So I started using Uber, you know that private car service app, because I refuse to hail a cab like a chump. The only time I stretch my arm out anymore is to high-five my Uber driver, a person who has my information but I don't know at all. Hey! Which cab driver should Uber not hire? Because he's a mass murderer. Latka Gravis, John Winger, Archie Bunker, or Travis Bickle. Players 1 and 3. Can't do anything right, can you? Players 2 and 4. Oh, hell no. I so wanted you to pick this one. Travis Bickle is the serial killer played by Robert De Niro in Martin Scorsese's 1976 classic film Taxi Driver. I find the whole mass murderer cab driver stereotype offensive. Just because somebody wants to make an honest living murdering people doesn't mean there's secretly some crazy wacko who drives complete strangers around the city for money.
As I proved earlier with not one of the films mentioned.
Here's one for you. O-U-S-O-B. I love when people just use initials instead of a first name. J.K. Rowling, T.S. Eliot, others. Okay, shape up, because this one could be worth extra points if you get it right.
It's the put the choices into order, then buzz in and see if you are right.
Put these people in the following order. The actor from the Hughleys, the author of Lady Chatterley's Lover, the mystery man who hijacked a 727 in 1971 and then escaped by parachute. DB, DL, DH, DL, DH, DB, DH, DB, DL, or DL, DB, DH.
I know it's one.
No. Player 2? What were you thinking there? Player 4? D.L. Hughley starred in the Hughleys, D.H. Lawrence wrote Lady Chatterley's Lover, and D.B. Cooper is the name used for a mystery hijacker from the early 70s who was never caught. That just earned you an extra $1,000. To get away with the crime was a parachute. Step. I see you don't need me for anything. It's all yours. Let's get it con. What film did these actors con their way through? Good luck.
Christian Bale. Was he in American? Oh, yeah. Dirty rotten scoundrels. Sting. Nicholas Cage. You got one. Nope. Nope.
Player 4's got it! That win was alright, Player 4. Just kinda middle of the road, average, dull, run-of-the-mill alright. Honestly, if you were playing a more challenging game like Risk or something, I don't think you would have done that well, so take what you can. That includes this.